There are moments in life when something stirs within us, an inner whisper, a sense of expectation that cannot be easily explained, a feeling that something extraordinary is on the horizon. As we gather our thoughts and prepare our hearts for what lies ahead, there is a growing belief that this December 5th carries with it a divine promise. It is not merely another date on the calendar. It is a spiritual appointment. Many people have been praying, hoping, waiting, and believing, and now there is a prophetic declaration rising in the atmosphere. This December 5th, God is dropping huge blessings into your bank account, into your life, and into every area that is needed breakthrough. This is a time to watch God move. When we hear the phrase, watch God move, it calls us into a deep place of faith. It reminds us that we are not the ones who create miracles. God is. We are not the ones who manufacture blessings. God releases them. And we are not the ones who make doors open. God opens them. Why? Power and precision. The truth is that many people have been carrying burdens for far too long. Some have been facing financial strain, worrying constantly about bills, uncertain about how to sustain themselves or their families. Others have felt the weight of debts, loans, setbacks, and unexpected hardships that came not because they failed, but because life in all its unpredictability placed roadblocks in their path. Yet even in the most pressing moments, God has been watching. He has seen every tear, every late night worry, every sleepless moment spent wondering if things would ever turn around. And now He is preparing to reveal what He has been working on behind the scenes. Blessings from God are not always about money, though money is certainly one way He provides. But when we speak of God dropping blessings into your bank account, it is symbolic of something bigger. It is about overflow, increase, restoration, and divine compensation. It is about God replacing everything you owe with something greater. It is about God honoring the seeds you planted, seeds of hard work, seeds of generosity, seeds of faithfulness, seeds of resilience. You may feel forgotten by others, but God has never forgotten you. He has been keeping track of every moment of obedience, every act of kindness, every time you chose hope instead of despair, every time you believed even when belief felt hard. There is a harvest attached to faith, and this is your season to reap what you have sown. December 5th becomes a prophetic reminder that God is on schedule. Many times people feel as though they are behind in life. They look at their finances, their dreams, their goals, and feel disappointed because they thought they would be further along by now. But God does not operate according to the world's timeline. He operates according to a divine timeline, one that is flawless, intentional, and designed with your best interest in mind. What feels late to you is right on time for God. What seems impossible to you is simple for Him. What seems delayed is actually being prepared. God is not just sending blessings, He's arranging them in a way that they will be undeniably supernatural. There is something powerful that happens when you begin expecting God to move. Expectation is the birthplace of miracles. It shifts your mindset from I hope to I believe. It transforms your fear into faith, your anxiety into anticipation. When you prepare for blessings, you position yourself to receive them. This December 5th is a symbolic moment of preparation. It encourages you to open your heart, open your hands, and open your spiritual bank account to receive what God is getting ready to deposit. Blessings do not always come when you expect them, but they come exactly when you need them. Think of the times you have asked God for help, not casually, but desperately. Think of the moments when you said, Lord, I cannot do this without you. Those prayers did not dissolve into thin air. They rose incense before God. And now this is the moment when those prayers begin to manifest. Many blessings that have been held up, delayed, blocked, or hindered are being released. God is removing obstacles that stood in the way. He is dismantling barriers that seemed immovable. He is shifting circumstances that were previously stuck. Some of the blessings coming your way will not make sense. But that is the beauty of divine favor. It does not rely on logic. It relies on God's sovereignty. Imagine God opening windows of heaven directly over your life. Imagine money you never expected arriving at the perfect moment. Imagine debts disappearing, bills being paid, unexpected checks, divine encounters, promotions, opportunities, and financial breakthroughs that exceed what you believed was possible. Imagine walking into a season where stress is replaced with abundance, where exhaustion is replaced with refreshment, where worry is replaced with peace. God is not limited by economic conditions or human opinions. When God decides to bless you, it overrides every limitation. This December 5th is also about spiritual alignment. Before God can release blessings, He often prepares the heart of the one who will receive them. Blessings require maturity, discipline, humility, and stewardship. God is not trying to overwhelm you. He is trying to elevate you. He is preparing you to handle the overflow. Sometimes the waiting period was not punishment. Stands the weight of financial stress, and He is intervening in ways that will leave you speechless. There are some listening to this message who feel unworthy of such blessings. They feel like they have made too many mistakes or missed too many chances. But God does not bless based on perfection. He blesses based on purpose. He does not choose people who have never fallen. He chooses people who get back up. He does not withhold blessings because of your past. He releases blessings because of your destiny. God is a God of mercy, grace, and restoration. If blessings were earned, none of us would qualify. But blessings are given because God is good. And this season, He is choosing to pour goodness into your life in overflowing measure. As December 5th approaches, it is important to speak blessings over yourself. Declare increase. Declare abundance. Declare overflow. Speak life into your finances, your household, your future. Words have power. And when you speak in alignment with God's promises, you activate spiritual movement. When you say, blessings are coming to me, heaven responds. When you say, money will no longer be a struggle, chains begin to break. When you say, God is opening financial doors, those doors begin to unlock. You are not just waiting for blessings, you are welcoming them. There are people who have been generous even while they were struggling. You gave when you barely had enough for yourself. You helped others while you were hurting. You poured into people without expecting anything in return. God saw all of that. He saw your heart, your compassion, and your faithfulness. And He is getting ready to reward you in a way that matches the purity of your giving. The size of the blessing will reflect the size of the heart behind your generosity. Some of you have been working tirelessly, long hours, multiple jobs, endless responsibilities, and still felt like you were barely surviving. But surviving is not God's plan for you. Thriving is flourishing, is living in overflow. You are not meant to live paycheck to paycheck. You are meant to live in divine provision. God is shifting you from struggle to stability, from lack to abundance, from worry to joy. And when God shifts a season, it happens suddenly. What took years to build can change in a moment. One blessing can erase 10 years of financial stress. One opportunity can change the trajectory of your entire life. One divine connection can take you places you never thought possible. This December 5th is about divine surprises. God is a master at showing up unexpectedly. He delights in surprising His children. He delights in doing more than we imagined. And the blessings that are coming will not only meet your needs, they will exceed them. You will not just have enough, you will have more than enough. You will not just receive, you will overflow. And when you overflow, you will be able to bless others, becoming a vessel through which God continues to move. As you prepare your heart for what God is about to do, let go of doubt. Doubt is a thief. It steals the joy of expectation. It whispers lies that make you question whether you deserve good things. But God's promises are not based on whether you deserve them. They are based on His love, and His love is unconditional. Let go of fear. Fear paralyzes. Fear convinces you that blessings are too good to be true. But when God moves, it is not too good to be true. It is simply the goodness of God showing up in your life. Let this be the moment when you choose faith over fear. Believe that God can bless you at any time, in any way, through any channel. Believe that money can find you. Believe that opportunities can find you. Believe that doors can open out of nowhere. Believe that overflow is not just for others, it is for you. Believe that the blessings coming on December 5th are not random, they are appointed. As this day approaches, carry gratitude in your heart. Gratitude is a magnet for blessings. It tells God, I am ready for what you have prepared. It shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. It reminds you that everything you have and everything you will receive is a gift. And when you are grateful, God continues to pour into your life. This December 5th, watch God move. Watch how He turns situations around. Watch how He surprises you. Watch how He opens doors. Watch how He increases your finances. Watch how He blesses your bank account, your home, your relationships, your dreams, and your future. Watch Him move in ways that remind you He is not limited by time, circumstances, or expectations. He moves according to His power, His love, and His perfect plan. The blessings that are coming are not small, they are huge. They will be so great that you will know only God could have made them happen. They will come in ways that leave you in awe. They will come in ways that shift your life forever. And when they come, you will look back and say, now I understand why I had to wait. God was prepper. Bring something better than I imagined. As you step into this moment of divine expectation, remember one thing. God is faithful. He keeps His promises. He honors His word. He blesses His people, and He is about to show Himself mighty in your life. Get ready. This December 5th, blessings are coming. Overflow is coming. Miracles are coming. Financial increase is coming. Divine surprises are coming. And when they arrive, they will change everything. Watch God move. December 5th represents a divine appointment for breakthrough in ways that go far beyond the surface of a calendar date. It is a moment charged with spiritual meaning. A point in time where heaven intersects with earth to release blessings that have been held, delayed, or waiting for their appointed season. Many times in life, we move through days that feel ordinary, predictable, and routine. Yet every now and then God marks a day with divine significance, not because the date itself is magical, but because His purpose aligns with that moment. December 5th is one of those moments. It symbolizes a turning point, a shift, a spiritual awakening that whispers to your heart. Something new is coming. Something long prayed for is being released, and something powerful is about to unfold. A divine appointment is not an accident. It is not random. It is not luck, coincidence, or chance. It is God orchestrating events with precision, aligning circumstances in ways you could never have planned, and preparing blessings that unfold exactly when they are meant to. Throughout the year, you may have experienced waiting, delays, disappointments, or obstacles that made you wonder whether God had forgotten your prayers. But divine timing means that what seemed stagnant was actually being prepared. What felt like silence was God working behind the scenes. What felt like delay was God shaping you so that when the blessing arrives, you are ready to receive and carry it. December 5th stands as a reminder that God's timing is not due. See, perfect. It is purposeful. He does not release blessings when you want them, but when they will have the greatest impact on your growth, your faith, and your destiny. Sometimes He waits until the moment when you have learned resilience, discipline, patience, and trust. Other times He waits until the environment around you has shifted, until the right opportunities, people, or circumstances are in place. God never moves early, and He never moves late. When He moves, it is always right on time. Many people have been praying for breakthroughs that felt overdue. Financial stability, emotional healing, restored relationships, new beginnings, clarity and purpose, and doors of opportunity that seemed permanently closed. December 5th represents the moment when long-awaited blessings begin to manifest in visible, tangible ways. It marks a transition from hoping to receiving, from waiting to witnessing, from believing to experiencing. There is something powerful about a breakthrough that comes after a long season of struggle. It reminds you that God is faithful, that your prayers were heard, and that your perseverance was not in vain. This divine appointment also signifies a season of release. Things that felt stuck suddenly begin to move. Obstacles that seemed immovable begin to shift. Delays that frustrated you begin to dissolve. God begins to align your steps with His plan, guiding you into opportunities that previously seemed out of reach. Breakthrough is not just about blessings arriving. It is about barriers being removed. It is about God clearing your path and making room for the next season of your life. The spiritual shift symbolized by December 5th is also internal. It awakens a deeper sense of faith within you. It encourages you to trust more boldly, dream more courageously, and believe more confidently. It ignites hope where discouragement once lived, and creates peace where anxiety once ruled. It reminds you that God is not done with you, that greater things are ahead, and that your story is still unfolding in ways more beautiful than you imagined. December 5th is more than a date. It is a divine signal. It announces that God has appointed a time for your life to change, for blessings to flow, and for breakthroughs to manifest. It is a reminder that even after long seasons of waiting, God's promises still stand. And when He chooses to move, He moves in ways that transform everything. God is releasing financial overflow and restoration in a way that speaks directly to both the seen and unseen needs of your life. This message goes beyond the idea of simply receiving money or experiencing small moments of relief. It speaks of a supernatural shift, an outpouring of blessings that brings increase, restoration, and abundance in every financial area where you have struggled, waited, or battled disappointment. Financial overflow is not merely about wealth. It is about God stepping into the areas where lack has lived for too long and replacing it with His divine provision. For many people, financial pressure has been a heavy weight, one that drains emotional energy, steals peace, and creates a constant sense of worry. Whether you have battled debt, unexpected expenses, job instability, or the feeling of never having enough, God has seen every moment of that struggle. He knows the weight of your responsibilities, the dreams you have postponed because of financial limitations, and the nights you lay awake wondering how everything would work out. When the message declares that God is releasing financial overflow, it means He is stepping into these very places and reversing the story. Where there was once lack, He is bringing abundance. Where there was once pressure, He is bringing ease. Where there was once fear, He is bringing stability. Financial overflow means that God is not giving you just enough to survive. He is giving you more than enough to thrive. It is the kind of blessing that goes beyond your immediate needs and spills over into your future. It is the realm where unexpected checks, promotions, open doors, divine connections, and opportunities come into alignment. It is where money begins to flow to you instead of away from you. It is where unexpected increase becomes part of your story, not a rare exception. God specializes in turning a season of drought into a season of harvest. And this message affirms that your harvest is on the way. But overflow is only one part of what God is releasing. Restoration is the other. Restoration means that God is returning what you lost, what was taken from you, and what slipped through your fingers due to circumstances beyond your control. Many people have endured financial setbacks that altered their plans, their dreams, and even their confidence. Some have lost jobs, savings, investments, or opportunities that they worked hard for. Others have felt robbed of time they wanted to spend building a better life, but instead spent simply trying to survive. When God releases restoration, He does not just replace what was lost, He multiplies it. Restoration brings compensation. It brings repayment. It brings divine turnaround. Financial restoration is God's way of saying, I have not forgotten what was stolen from you. It is His promise that every moment of struggle will be redeemed. It is His assurance that the years of sacrifice were not wasted. God restores joy, peace, and confidence by changing the financial condition of your life. And this restoration is not slow or subtle. It is supernatural. It happens in ways you could not have yourself. It comes through unexpected channels in unexpected moments with undeniable evidence that it was God who moved on your behalf. When the message says God is exceeding needs, it means His blessings will go far beyond the minimum. He is not simply giving relief, He is giving overflow. He is not simply covering bills, He is creating margin. He is not simply patching holes, He is building foundations. God's abundance does not just fix a problem. It changes a lifestyle. It shifts you from survival mode into a place of peace, stability, and freedom. Financial overflow gives you the ability to breathe again, to dream again, and to plan again. It allows you to bless others, give generously, and walk confidently in your purpose. This season of overflow and restoration reminds you that God's resources are limitless. He is not restricted by your job, your background, or the economy. When God decides to release financial blessings, nothing can block, delay, or interfere with what He has ordained. He moves beyond natural systems and brings supernatural increase that makes no sense except through the lens of faith. God is releasing blessings that will leave you in awe. Blessings that will remind you that He is your provider, your source, and your sustainer. He is releasing abundance that will change your story, restore everything you lost, and elevate your life to new levels of peace and prosperity. The S is not a moment of luck. It is a divine move of God in your financial life. Faith and expectation position you to receive in ways that go far beyond simply hoping for something good to happen. They are spiritual forces, powerful alignments of belief and anticipation that open the door for blessings to manifest in your life. When God prepares to release something extraordinary, He often looks for a heart that is ready to receive it. That readiness comes through faith, through expectation, and through the intentional act of preparing yourself for what you believe God is about to do. Faith is more than a belief in God's existence. It is trust in His character. It is the confidence that if God promised something, He will fulfill it in His perfect timing and His perfect way. Faith shifts your perspective from focusing on problems to focusing on possibilities. It allows you to see beyond your present circumstances and recognize that God is bigger than every challenge you face. Faith does not deny reality. It acknowledges reality, but believes in a greater truth that God has the power to transform it. Expectation takes faith a step further. Expectation is faith in motion. It is the mindset that says, not only do I believe God can bless me, I believe He will. Expectation changes how you think, how you speak, and how you behave. It creates a spiritual readiness that welcomes blessings into your life. When you expect something from God, you begin to prepare for it. Much like someone preparing a room before receiving a guest, you make space. You clear distractions. You align your heart and your actions with what you believe is coming. When you believe, speak, and prepare, you activate a spiritual principle. Heaven responds to expectation. Words have power. And when your words align with faith, they create momentum. Speaking positively about what you believe God will do is not wishful thinking. It is a declaration of trust. It tells God, my hope is not in circumstances. My hope is in you. Words rooted in faith carry spiritual weight. They break fear, silence doubt, and reinforce confidence in God's plan. Preparation is another essential part of positioning yourself to receive. Preparation shows that you are serious about your faith. It demonstrates that you believe the blessing is real and on its way. Preparation might look like organizing your finances for incoming increase, healing emotionally to receive new opportunities, or simply making mental space to expect goodness instead of disappointment. Preparation is a spiritual signal that you are ready to step into the next level of your life. Faith and expectation work together to create a spiritual atmosphere where blessings can flow freely. Without faith, you may not believe the blessing is possible. Without expectation, you may not recognize the blessing when it arrives. Without preparation, you may not have room to receive it. But when all three are present, you create a divine alignment between His end's intention and your readiness. God responds to faith. He honors expectation. He fills what is prepared. Many people pray for blessings but do not expect them. Others expect blessings but do not prepare for them. Some prepare outwardly but doubt inwardly. Receiving from God requires unity between your heart, your mind, your words, and your actions. When these align, you become a magnet for divine movement. Expectation is not passive, it is powerful. It breaks cycles of doubt, discouragement, and disbelief. It transforms waiting seasons into preparation seasons. It shifts you from wondering if God will bless you to confidently knowing that He is moving on your behalf. Faith invites the blessing. Expectation attracts it, and preparation makes room for it. When you walk in faith and expectation, you are not forcing God's hand. You are aligning yourself with His plan. You are standing in agreement with what He has promised. And when your spirit is aligned with God's intention, blessings can flow without resistance. This is why faith and expectation position you to receive. They prepare your heart, sharpen your focus, strengthen your spirit, and open doors that once seemed impossible. Through belief, through speaking life, and through preparing with purpose, you create space for God to release what He has already ordained for your life. Past sacrifices, seeds, and prayers are being rewarded in a way that reflects God's deep awareness of every moment you have endured, every act of kindness you have given, and every prayer you have spoken, even the ones you thought were forgotten. This moment is a season of divine compensation, where God begins to repay what life took from you, honor what you faithfully sowed, and elevate you because of what you endured with patience and grace. Nothing you have done in faith has been wasted. Nothing you suffered silently has gone unnoticed. God has seen it all. And now He is responding in a way that is both powerful and deeply personal. There are seasons when it feels like your sacrifices have produced little fruit, when the seeds you planted seem buried in dry ground, and when your prayers seem to fade into the air without an answer. You may have given your time, your effort, your money, your love, or your energy in moments when you had little to spare. You supported people who never returned the favor. You helped when you were hurting. You gave when you were in need. You sweat in faith during seasons when you weren't sure how you would provide for yourself. You remained kind when others were unkind, stayed honest when dishonesty seemed easier, and chose integrity even when no one was watching. God takes note of all of these actions, and He stores them like seeds in the soil of your destiny. The truth is, some blessings take time to grow. Seeds do not sprout the moment you place them in the ground. They require patience, nourishment, and seasons of growth that happen beneath the surface. In the same way, the seeds of generosity, faith, perseverance, and obedience often grow invisibly for a long time before they break through the soil and become visible blessings. Just because you did not see an immediate result does not mean the seed was dead. It simply means the seed was developing roots so the harvest would be stronger, fuller, and more abundant when it finally arrived. God also saw your hardships, the struggles you faced alone, the disappointments you carried, the silent battles you fought when no one else knew the weight on your shoulders. He saw the tears you cried at night, the moments you pushed through exhaustion, and the times you kept going when giving up felt easier. Hardship refines His faith, shapes character, and prepares you for the blessings that require strength to carry. God never wastes pain. He transforms it into purpose, growth, and eventual reward. Every prayer you whispered, even the ones spoken through exhaustion or fear, has been collected in heaven. God hears the prayers that tremble from your lips, the ones uttered through tears, and the ones spoken in silence when your heart could barely find the words. He also hears the prayers you repeat day after day, believing even when the answer seems delayed. These prayers did not disappear. They planted spiritual seeds that are now blooming in this season of reward. Divine compensation means that God is not merely giving you back what you lost, He is restoring it with increase. He multiplies what was taken. He elevates what was diminished. He strengthens what was weakened. His rewards do not match the size of your sacrifice. They exceed it. What is coming into your life is greater than what left your life. What God is preparing to release is designed to honor years of faithfulness, perseverance, and trust. The blessings that are arriving are not random. They are connected to everything you poured into your journey. They are tied to the seeds you planted when no one else saw your efforts. They are tied to the generosity you showed when you had every reason to withdraw. They are tied to the prayers you prayed when you didn't know how things would work out. They are tied to your faith, your resilience, and your willingness to trust God even when you didn't understand His timing. This moment represents the unveiling of what God has been preparing for you. The seeds you planted in past seasons are finally bearing fruit. The sacrifices you made are being honored. The prayers you spoke in the dark are being answered in the light. Divine compensation means that God is rewarding your past in ways that bless your present and elevate your future. The blessings coming your way carry the weight of everything you endured and the beauty of everything you believed for. They are the harvest of your faith, and they are on their way to you now. God's blessings are not limited by circumstances. And this truth becomes especially powerful when life appears to be filled with obstacles, challenges, or impossible situations. We often look at our surroundings, our finances, job situation, economy, relationships, or current difficulties and assume that God's ability to bless us depends on what we see. But God's power is not restricted by the natural world. He does not rely on the economy to elevate you. He does not rely on human approval to open doors for you. And He does not need perfect conditions to pour blessings into your life. When God decides to bless you, nothing in the natural realm can stop the supernatural favor He has ordained. Economic challenges may affect the world, but they do not affect the capacity of heaven. When people talk about recessions, inflation, or financial instability, God is not shaken. His kingdom operates on a different system, one of abundance, increase, and divine provision. No matter what is happening in the world around you, God can still bring unexpected increase, new opportunities, and supernatural breakthroughs. He is not limited by job markets, bank reports, or our financial trends. In fact, God often releases blessings in seasons when it seems least likely, just to show that He alone is the source. Setbacks also do not stop the movement of God. You may have experienced disappointments that broke your heart, failures that discouraged you, or delays that made you question your direction. But setbacks are not signs of defeat. They are setups for greater blessings. God can take what was meant to hinder you and use it to elevate you. What others call a failure, God calls the middle of the story. What you thought was a closed door may very well be God redirecting you towards something far better than you imagined. Even when circumstances push you back, God is positioning you for a comeback. Delays can be the hardest challenge because they make you wonder whether God heard your prayers or if the promise is still valid. But a delay is not denial. God's timing is intentional. And sometimes He delays blessings not to punish you, but to prepare you. Be aligning people, rearranging situations, or developing your character so you can properly handle the blessing. When it arrives, what feels like nothing is happening is often the moment God is working most deeply behind the scenes. And when the blessing finally comes, it will be clear that the delay was part of a divine strategy. God's blessings override natural limitations. Where there seems to be no opportunity, He creates one. Where there seems to be no path forward, He makes a way in the wilderness. When resources seem scarce, He multiplies what you have. God's power is not confined by human reasoning or earthly systems. He moves in ways that defy logic, exceed expectations, and remind you that His authority is greater than any obstacle you face. No person can block what God has ordained for you. People may misunderstand you, underestimate you, or even oppose you, but they cannot stop a blessing that God has already released. Favor does not require permission. Promotion does not require approval from others. The doors God opens for you are designed specifically for you, and no one else, no matter their status, opinion, or position, can shut what God has opened. This truth gives you freedom. It allows you to stop worrying about everything happening around you and focus instead on the God who is above it all. It reminds you that even in the middle of uncertainty, you have access to divine certainty. Even when circumstances look bleak, you can expect blessings because God is not governed by those circumstances. When God decides to bless you, He does not check the news first. He does not consult the economy. He does not ask permission. He simply moves. And when He moves, His blessings flow with unstoppable power. They break barriers, defy expectations, and transform situations that once looked hopeless. God's blessings transcend natural limits. They are supernatural, intentional, and powerful. You may be surrounded by challenges, but you are also surrounded by a God who cannot be limited. And when He says it is your time to be blessed, everything in heaven and earth aligns to make it happen. These blessings are meant to elevate, transform, and empower you in ways that go far deeper than the financial realm. When God releases blessings, especially financial blessings, they are never just about increasing your bank account. They are about increasing your capacity, expanding your vision, and positioning you for a higher level of purpose. God's blessings are holistic. They impact your mind, your spirit, your relationships, your confidence, your opportunities, and the direction of your future. They are designed to shift your entire life, not temporarily soothe a moment of need. When God elevates you, He lifts you from places of limitation, frustration, and stagnation into places of progress, opportunity, and promise. Elevation means stepping into new levels of influence, favor, clarity, and stability. It means that doors that were once shut begin to open effortlessly. It means stepping into circles you once thought were beyond your reach. God's blessings elevate your mindset as well. They allow you to see yourself not through the lens of hardship or scarcity, but through the lens of abundance and divine identity. Elevation is about rising mentally, spiritually, and practically. God's blessings also transform you. Transformation is an internal shift where you move from doubt to confidence, from fear to faith, from limitation to expectation. Financial blessings can transform how you see your future. They allow you to dream again, to plan again, to hope again, without the fear of financial strain crushing your spirit. Transformation can also heal emotional wounds caused by years of struggle. The stress, worry, and insecurity that come with financial hardship often run deep, affecting your self-worth and sense of stability. But when God blesses you, He doesn't just change your situation. He changes how you feel about your situation. He replaces anxiety with peace, uncertainty with direction, and discouragement with renewed strength. These blessings empower you. Empowerment means you are equipped to move forward with confidence and authority. When financial pressure lifts, you gain freedom. Freedom to make decisions based on purpose instead of survival. You can pursue dreams that were once on hold because money was a barrier. You can invest in your future, your family, your calling, and your growth. Empowerment also allows you to be a blessing to others. When you are no longer weighed down by lack, you can give more freely, help more generously, and support others without fear of leaving yourself empty. God's blessings bring new opportunities, doors you never saw before, connections you never expected, and resources that arrive at the perfect moment. Opportunities that align with your purpose begin to show up. These are not random. They are strategically released to move you into the next season of your life. Many times, blessings are simply opportunities dressed in unexpected clothing. New jobs, new ideas, new relationships, or open pathways that shift everything. Renewed peace is another gift that comes with God's blessings. Peace can be more valuable than money because peace affects your health, your mind, and your overall well-being. When God releases blessings, peace follows. The constant worry about bills, needs, or financial emergencies begins to fade. Peace allows you to rest, breathe, and enjoy your life without the cloud of survival hanging over you. Blessings also restore confidence. Financial struggles often crush confidence, making you feel unprepared, unqualified, or incapable. But when God blesses you, your confidence returns. Not arrogance, but a deep inner assurance that God is with you, that you are capable, and that your future is secure. Restoration of confidence allows you to take bolder steps, make wiser choices, and trust your God-given ability. Above all, these blessings create the freedom to live with purpose. When you are no longer bound by financial pressure, you can focus on what God truly called you to do. You can serve more freely, dream more boldly, and live more intentionally. Purpose becomes clearer when survival is no longer the main focus of your life. These blessings are not temporary. They are designed to shift your lifestyle, not just your moment. God's desire is for you to walk in abundance consistently, not occasionally. His blessings establish a new level of stability, peace, and empowerment if it continues to grow over time. This is not a short-term miracle. It is a long-term transformation.